right, all right. Positive energy all the time. Who's up? I know it's early morning on the East Coast, almost 5 in the morning. It's almost 4 in the morning here in Chicago. I brought back Nocturnal Insomniacs. This is something I used to do on Instagram, but I don't really like Instagram Live, TikTok, and all those. I prefer YouTube. So I switched it over here. Who's up? Get in the comments and say, I'm up. If you're up. So this is something I'm going to be doing late nights when I'm not asleep. And when I don't want to talk about anything in particular. Shout out to all the nurses out there. I hope I keep you awake. Lorenzo say he's super up. Just got home from work. I know that's right. So for those that work the night shift, whoa, huh? When I got out of high school, I went to work with my auntie at WF Hall Printing Company. My hours was from 11:30 at night to 7:30 in the morning. I had to leave home at 10:30 at night. And it took me a lot to adjust to the night shift. Also, when I would get off in the morning, everybody would be at work. Another thing is Friday night, everybody would be on their way to a party, and I would be arriving at work, watching my coworkers that get off at 11:30, going out to, enjoy the rest of the night. They would bring their party clothes, put them in their locker. They'd be dressed to, go and try to catch at least 2 hours party. But I enjoyed it because I just partied on Saturday night. And I really got into it. It's just adjusting to go to sleep was interesting. But I learned quickly you're not missing anything that you might think you're missing. People aren't really doing much like we're led to believe in life. So I kind of got into it. It turned out to be real beneficial, being able to be up at night, especially making money. When I was hustling, you make your money at night. You make your money from 5 p.m. to about 2 p.m. is when you make most of the money. That's the money making hour. So that's why it became very, very beneficial to me, especially as a recording artist, playing bass guitar and keyboards for reggae bands. My job starts at 9 o'clock, mostly 10 o'clock. We play from 10 to about 1:30, 1:45. They have to close the bars at 2 in Chicago in those days. So I made a lot of money. It also trained me to be able to be up at any time. See, you have to train yourself to work at night, but it's real easy to flip back. It's hard to learn to do the night shift, but once you learn to do the night shift, you can do anything because morning is easy, midday is easy, and now night is easy. So that allows you to get money anytime. It also puts you up on some game because if you wake up at 10 at night and get ready to go to work to be at work at 11:30, when you get off at 7 in the morning, that's 5 p.m. for most people. So when you get off work, you're up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sometime 11. You go to bed so you can go to work the next day. So if I get off at 7:30, that's 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, maybe 1 p.m. So that's my evening time. So I'm still able to get a lot done because a lot of things you have to do during working hours, like going to court, taking care of business, going to the library. Businesses are open in the day. When it comes to like city type businesses, like courtrooms and stuff like that, they close at 5. So actually, when you work the morning shift, you can't get nothing done. You can't get nothing. You have to take, if you get a traffic ticket, you have to take off work to go to court. Real talk. And there's not much going on after maybe 9 o'clock. So if you work the night shift, all you have to do is you can come right home and go to bed and you can sleep and you can get up at 5 and you can hang out and go straight to work. So you still can enjoy the evening time when everybody get off work. You could be up. All you got to do is just get off at 7:30, get home, go to bed at 8:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4:30. You could lay there till 5, and now you are enjoying the same evening that everybody else is enjoying. Real talk. So you really don't lose out on 5 to 10. The only thing we miss out on is, 10 to 2, which only on Friday, to be honest with you. So you don't really miss as much as you think you do because there's nothing going on at 10. There's nothing going on at 11:30 at night. What's going on at 11:30 at night? Nothing. There's nothing going on from 11 to 7 in the morning. Not really. And so I kind of adjusted to that and working for myself. mm, I don't have to have any time schedule because if you deal with business, if you deal with corporate and you're a business person, uh, you can make your early morning phone calls and go back to sleep if you have to. Uh, if your business is on the internet doesn't close. So if I got orders I got to fill, I can do that anytime. Like I could do this live and get off this live and I could fill orders. And when the post office opens on not today because it's Sunday, but on a Monday, the post office open, I'm up already. If I'm up all night, rather than go to bed, I'll just do my early morning business runs. Knock that out. Right? And you don't miss anything. And so definitely if you work for yourself, uh, you don't, it doesn't matter, not really. And so I'm up. This is like a freestyle Nocturnal Insomniacs. A lot of times people want to ask questions and stuff like that. If I got a subject I'm trying to cover, a lot of times I'll cover the subject and then we'll just freestyle. And if the freestyle is like all over the place, I'll edit it out for the people that click in that only want to hear what the title is. But if you log into any of my live streams after about an hour, hour and a half, we might not be talking about the title, but I do edit it down. And if we have a really good conversation that's not on subject, I just put the whole thing on Patreon. So check out my Patreon. But I'm going to start doing this because I'm up at night a lot of times. Now I'm up this morning early. How do you get time for your woman if you work the night shift days a week? Well, in reality, uh, some of our women is nurses and they not home at night. So it's not really a woman or man thing because there's a whole lot of women that enter in hospitals right now. And so when you're in a relationship, you adapt. She has to adapt just like I have to adapt. So it wouldn't be fair to ask me, how do I deal with my woman? How does my woman deal with me when she's at work all night? Then our nighttime is in the morning when she get home. When she get home and the kids go to school, that's night. We do the same things. Uh, I was with a nurse, and anybody know a nurse? Nurse might have to work anytime. She might work at a nursing home. They might put her on the night shift. She might go to a hospital. They might put her on the evening shift. They might put her on the morning shift. So relationships, you really can't be selfish in relationships. You can't. Relationships don't have no time clock like that because people have to work, and everybody doesn't work a 9 to 5. Not even close. The country couldn't run if everybody worked a 9 to 5. I tell you, like, how do you have a relationship when you're a trucker and you're not even home? But you manage it. I know truckers, they're gone for 4 days. How do they make that happen? So love is going to work out if you want it to work out. If you got a partner you with that's funny acting because of your work schedule, dump them. Drop that zero and get you a hero. Uh, I'm I don't like over catering to women. I think that men that over cater to women, they ruin relationships. They still get divorced. They don't stay together. I think insecurity. I think a lot of men got insecurity and they treat their woman like she's a pet, like she's a puppy or a kitten. And then they break up. Now I got to deal with this foolishness where you ain't trained her. Like she ain't got no home training, you know. You think the world revolve around her. The worst thing a man can do is make the world revolve around a woman. Because if you make the world revolve around a woman, it's definitely not going to revolve around you. I'm telling you, the more you put your world around your woman, the less she caters to you. You become a butler, and it don't reciprocate. It's not going to reciprocate. Relationship got to be two ways. Relationship got to be two ways. So I don't, this whole thing. Well, a lot of men are weirdos, losers, and they can't believe they got a woman. So when they get a pretty woman, they are fanatic because their last three chicks was ugly. or whatever. So they get somebody they really think is cute. Now they just overdoing it. I, but then we live in a weirdo, we live in weirdo times. So we don't live in normal situations. We live in a situation where couples be together. They ain't got no kids. They 30 something. Dude's 40. His wife's like young 30. They ain't got no babies and nothing. So those are this relationships now is weirdo, right? They definitely are because you could tell relationships is weird just by the way they address how to function, and they never and kids are never included. You know, they talk about relationship like it's just a man and a woman, which to me is weird. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? A normal family, we got to get up and deal with the children. We don't get up and deal with each other. You got to get up and get the kids to school. So you don't get up being husband and wife. Most of a normal human relationship is basically mother and father. You're not husband and wife. You're mommy and daddy mostly. That's why we got a lock on the door. Anybody got kids? We got the lock on the door so we could be a husband and wife. We have to lock the kids out because the little 3-year-old will bust in while you busting down mommy, I can't sleep. So, in a normal human relationship, not this whatever y'all doing. I don't know what the hell. But in a normal relationship, mommy and daddy gotta find some space to be mommy and be husband and wife. We have to we have to find that spot. We don't get to be husband and wife all day because I got to go pick the kids up from school. So I don't get to be husband. Husband has got to go up to the school. Husband, I might got to drop them off and pick them up. Mommy might got to drop them off. I might got to pick them up. We got to feed them. We got to entertain them. We can't lock ourselves in the bedroom. If you got children, you got to be out in the house. You don't get to be tucked away lovers. You don't really get to be lovers like that if you're normal. Now, if you're this new 2026, whatever that kind of weirdo stuff y'all do is different, maybe. But 98% of my time in relationships was I was daddy because I be putting babies in women. So I makes babies. And so my woman, she don't get to be a wife that much. She's mommy a long time. Yeah, I don't know if you've been with a woman that's been pregnant, 2 times or whatever, and dealt with a pregnancy. And you don't really have a wife once she finds out she's pregnant. I mean, she's a mommy from that point on. She don't feel well a lot of times, morning sickness, all type of stuff. So when a woman gets pregnant, you basically are like a male nurse, I would say, or a butler, nurse. It's a lot you got to do. You got to go get stuff to try to make her comfortable. The bigger she gets, the more uncomfortable she gets. She be start ordering stuff, which is weird. I love it though. She'd be like, Pharaoh, could you go to the store and get me a orange crush, a pickle, some potato chips, and a sandwich. Like that don't even go together. They be eating some weird stuff. Woo, they be eating. They don't eat the way they usually eat. I guess the baby, I don't know. They eat different. They don't feel well. They don't sleep well. I know when my last daughter, we had that big 24-hour Target, I think it was, out there on Halsted. What was that? Super Target or Super something? It was open 24 hours. Thank God. I used to have to go get her stuff at like 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, I'm in the 24-hour gigantic Target buying blankets and blankets and gowns and food, fruit and stuff. You know, you like I bought some apples. I don't know. You know, they're pregnant. They don't like just anything. They're not. You know, they're not normal. They're pregnant, so it's a lot of stuff you buy. She not gonna eat it. You know, she's not gonna eat it. There's something about the pregnancy mess with their taste buds and their desire for food. It's kind of sad. I mean, I don't want to say sad. It's kind of pitiful in a good way. They really don't be feeling really well. You know, the bigger they get to, they don't really feel really well. You try to make them as comfortable as possible till they push the baby out. That's what real relationships is like, but whatever. And then when you have the baby, where you going? What date you going on with a newborn? You ain't going nowhere. I mean, if you're talking a real natural relationship like my mother and father, where are you going? Where you going? Where you going with a newborn? When y'all going out? Y'all ain't going out for a minute. You're not going nowhere. You're not going anywhere with the newborn for a while. You're not going to let nobody babysit your newborn or your 1 year old or your 2 year old. Your social life is gone unless it's some kind of way you could take the baby. And if you can't take the baby, you ain't going nowhere. Sometimes women forget that, then they get back normal, then they want to act like you ain't took them nowhere. It's like, listen, you forgot you couldn't go nowhere. So when they get back normal, sometimes women are horrible with that. And they horrible with their memories sometimes. When they get to the future, they forget what we went through and they start acting like you wasn't paying them no attention. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Crazy. But yes, nocturnal insomniacs for the late night, for the late night. So my schedule's all over the place. When I am with a woman, there's certain words I hear often. So when I'm in a relationship, there's 4 words I hear a lot. Go to sleep, Pharaoh. You know, I hear that a lot because they be knocked out. I still be up. And they be gone. So I've heard that a lot. Go to sleep, Pharaoh. So today I'm doing this nocturnal insomniac, and I took a break from my workouts, kinda, because you gotta like after you work out a lot, like a year or so, a half a year or whatever, you gotta take off a month or two. You can't work out year in, year out, especially at my age. I'm 68. So I did little exercise, but I cooled back on my hardcore workout, and I started back yesterday. And I had been doing lives. I had been up late or something. My schedule's crazy, so I'd been up late talking. Uh, Because when I'm up, I just go live or work, do my work, go live, do my work. I don't care what time it is. And so I woke up. I just woke up about, I think I woke up at about 1 a.m. I woke up about 1 a.m. And I just work whenever I wake up or whenever I'm asleep. I just I just work out. I don't have to be in a schedule because I'm the boss, run my own businesses, and it doesn't matter. So I got the workout in, and then I had to bulk up with the food, the protein shakes. So then that, as time goes, after you finish the meals, the protein shakes, and the workout, after about 2 or 3 hours, especially if you've already been doing your other businesses and you already been like up, and then it catches up with me because I don't have no time. You know what I'm saying? If I got packages got to go out, and I wake up to use the restroom at 3 in the morning, and I lay down and I don't go to sleep, I'll just get up and start putting the packages together. Put the packages together, put them on the table, and soon as it's 9 o'clock, I just go to the post office. So I do my work whenever I can do my work. We don't live in a the same society I grew up in. We live in a 24/7 society, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you work and you do business, the internet, you do business, you can send all your emails out Sunday, and then they just read them Monday. So I got my workout in, and bulked up with some food, stayed up a couple hours, and I laid down, and then I just went to sleep. And usually when I go to sleep, I just do what I do. I don't force it, and I don't try to end it. I could lay down and fall asleep 2 hours and get up, or I could wake up and been asleep 7 hours. Who knows? I do have a tendency because I don't eat a lot of heavy food, and because I'm a plant-based vegan, I can stay up easily 29 hours, 30 hours of breeze. Then on the back end, I'm going to be asleep who knows when. But because I don't have to digest a lot of meat and stuff, I'm able to stay up longer than the average meat eater. The average meat eater, you can't. When you put all that cow and pig in your stomach, it's a wrap. So if you want to really learn about that, go follow me on Vegan Intel and learn about that. I don't really talk about that too much over here anymore. But you go subscribe to Vegan Intel. Um, that's only for those that's interested. I got a whole different audience I'm building over there, so that I don't have to talk to people that's not interested over here. Because a lot of my vegan conversations over here, people wouldn't come watch them. And so I just took them to a channel where I could cater to that audience. People that are trying to eat better, people that are trying to eat more fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, want to learn about nutrition and exercise and all that. And the ones that don't, then they could just be over here, and I don't have to feel like, Yeah, I don't have to waste my time talking to an audience that's not interested. One thing about this audience over here, it really gives you a clear sign on how uh, people don't really take care of themselves or got the wrong concept of being healthy. That's for sure. Because they definitely selling the wrong concept of being healthy. What they telling you is healthy is not. And once you put all that stuff in your colon and in your bloodstream, exercise ain't gonna do nothing but just drive it in more. That's all. You're just pushing the poison deeper into your system. You can't be dealing with all the artificial flavors, artificial color preservatives, and go out there and exercise and think you healthy. All you doing is driving. That's like putting sugar in your gas tank of your car and then go drive it real fast and thinking that the car gonna be healthy. No, you're just making the sugar go in there quicker. And so when I see these people and they just eating anything, they don't know none of these ingredients, and then they exercise and sweat, and I be shaking my head. I'm like, do they realize? Do they understand they're driving these preservatives and artificial flavors and cancerous foods more into their body? Do they know they're sweating and driving poison deeper into their body? Like what the hell? That's why them boxers be looking toe up. By the time they 50, they look like trash. They look horrible. You could see it in Floyd Mayweather already. You could see him aging fast. That garbage he eating. So yeah, go subscribe to Vegan Intel. Get yourself together. I'm going to be talking about, and I don't want to show it. I'm going to be talking about my new cologne over there on Vegan Intel. I got me a plant-based cologne, and I'm going to review it on Vegan Intel and uh, put the brothers up on some really nice fragrances that don't have like moose nuts in it, moose nut juice in it. You know what I'm saying? Little do you know, you have no idea what you're spraying on yourself. That's a whole other video. If you knew, ladies, if you knew when you kissed your husband or your man, if you knew what was going in your, if you knew what that smell was made out of, you would throw up in your mouth. If you knew what that really was, if you understood the witchcraft that is in that industry, yeah, they'll, like there's certain smells that animals release when they're in heat. There's certain things, there's certain smells that male animals let out in their testicles when they're in heat. And I'm just going to say that, and you figure out the rest. And so when they say it's sensuous, it's attractive, yeah, I bet it is. It's some type of sexual animal set in there. Yeah, warlocks, witchcraft, but witchcraft. I need to talk about that on my Patreon because they don't know. They got advertisers over here. Yeah, they selling people that. All you got to do, look at the commercials. You never notice the commercials are dark and gloomy? You never looked at those fragrance commercials? Make her attractive. You never noticed it's like Dracula? Or you never noticed the female fragrances is like witches? Dark or gloomy? And they trying to sell you that voice like that's sexy? Sensuous. You never noticed? Go watch them close. Drive her crazy. Go watch it. Go watch it. And then go look. Hey, man. What did it say? Yes, animal secretions and byproducts have historically been, and in some cases still are, used in perfumes and colognes. They primarily act as fixatives to make scents last longer and provide complex sensual based notes. The use of these natural secretions is highly controversial, and the vast majority of modern fragrances now use synthetic alternatives. Musk derived from the musk pods of a male musk deer. It's a war. Oh man. Anyway, I'll take this civet, a paste-like create secretion from the perineal anal glands of a civet cat. So that's out the civet cat butt. Anyway, I'll do this on Patreon. Okay, this might be too heavy for YouTube. You know, Big Pharaoh is too much for YouTube. I'm just saying. Yeah, you feel okay. That's between you and your colon. What you telling me for? Just hold on to that smiley face. Just copy it, put it in somewhere, and save that smiley face. And we're gonna see how funny it is. Save that smiley face and go back and look at it. Yep. I used to get up in the morning in O Block, and I would be doing a social study, and I watch the shorties get up. The first thing they do, they go across the street to the Arab store, and they would get like a 25 or 50-cent juice, some blunts, like some flaming hots or something like that. Every morning, they put that red dye and that dye from that juice every morning. And that cardboard that they think is, I don't know what they think those blunts is in the cardboard. And they would get up with the cardboard, smoke the cardboard, and digest artificial flavors, artificial colors. First thing in the morning. And what they don't understand is every day, 1 year. 365 days, another 365, 365, 365, 365, 365. That's what people don't look at. They're like, I'm eating this today. No, you eating that 365, 365, 365, 365 for years. And you're young, you got a brand new system. And that system be aging fast. Because you're young, so it's funny. You're young, so it's like, by the time you hit 40, you got to get the honey packs. You got to get the Viagra. You got to get the blue pills and all that. And by the time you hit 50, it's not really till they hit 50 that they realize they really want to live longer. Because when they're like 20, 30, like, man, they don't see how precious it is to be healthy at 50. It's like a joke. But then time go like that. And it's not till you 50 that you realize you really don't want to pass away like you thought. You really want to live. You really want to do that other 50 years, that other 40 years. And then when you realize you're not going to do that other 40 years, and you got to go to the cancer treatment center, or you got to go here or that, you got this, you got that. And then, like when you are horrible, when you're a horrible person and you don't take care of yourself, and then you bring babies into the world, then you poison your babies, Because how could you raise some children when you're so goofy? How you going to be a responsible dad and you not paying attention to the ingredients that you eat? And how you going to raise some children to be healthy when you going to give your babies, you don't read no ingredients. You don't read no ingredients. On top of that, when it comes to meat, what kind of meat is it? But we ain't gonna go there. Like, you're not a meat expert. You really don't know what that is in some cases. You're just a goofy. Uh, are you 45? Okay, good luck. Uh, yeah, they was the ones down there in Bronzeville. They was down there in Bronzeville, and then they was warring with the mob. They was warring with the North Side mob. Al's crew that took over. They was kind of tripping too. But yeah, some of them got chased out the country. Some of them got chased out the country. Or out the city, and they had to go back down south. Yeah, they was beefing. Oh, that's good. That's good. As you get 45, okay, just do some research. That's all. Just do some research. Yeah, do some research. They're not gonna come tell you gotta do the Jr. You gotta do the research on your own. They ain't gonna tell you because they ain't gonna lose no money. And so anytime what we consume it brings in lots of money, you can't expect your government to. They ain't gonna lose no money. And so you got to look at all that on your own. I can tell you this, all the medicine is in the herbs and spices, plants, like fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices. That's where all the medicine is at. There is no medicine in any, and no cheese and all that. So if all the medicine is in the plants, but a large portion of your diet is something else, that means you're cutting your medicine. So then the question, do you want 100% of medicine, or do you want the 20% of medicine? Really less than that, because I'm really big Pharaoh. I'm born in Chicago. So you can't run nothing on me. And here in Chicago, foundational black Americans, out of 100% of their food, they probably eat 5% fruits and vegetables. Black Americans don't eat no fruits, no vegetables in 2026. It's a fact. The only vegetable they think they eating is fries. They eat stuff like spaghetti, stuff like that, but they don't eat no fruits and vegetables. Foundational black Americans in 2026 probably eat about 5 to 7% of fruits and vegetables. That's a fact. That's a fact. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Listen, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm really the master at this. I was born in 1958. I grew up. Everything you eating, I'm the one what they invented it. I seen when they invented it. When I used to go to McDonald's, McDonald's used to have two people where the fries was at. And they had like four of those metal things that they put the fry in the grease. And one person cut potatoes. And they would cut the potatoes and put them in the metal things and sit them down in the water. Then the other person was the one that put the salt on them and put them in the bags. They would be the ones take them out the water, hang them up, let them drip, and then put them in the grease. So McDonald's used to sell whole cut fries, but they used to take the skin off of them. They had a thing they could put in there that would skin them and cut them into them exact sizes. And there used to be two people work the fries. And the person that put the fries in the fryer and dumping the thing, they would bring the order to the cashier. So they was the ones that fried the fries, and that was the facts. Now, what you feeding them things you feeding your baby that if they don't eat them real quick, right? Them things you feeding your baby, you can get a McDonald's fry after 10 minutes and hit it on this table. It's gonna do like this. How's that? Real tough. Anyway, you got to go to Vegan Intel for that, JR. I don't talk about over there. I don't talk about over there for this reason, because I don't want to talk to that energy. At Vegan Intel, I don't got to deal with that energy. Over here, I got to deal with resistance and all that. I don't want to be bothered with that. That's how this conversation came up. I was really letting y'all know I don't talk about that over here for that very reason. I don't be wanting to hear all that, JR. I don't be wanting to hear that shit. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't trying to hear shit you talking about. You either eating right or you're not. Boom. Come to Vegan Intel to learn something. I'm not gonna be talking about that over here because I already know the energy I'm dealing with over here. I'm not gonna waste my time to do that over here no more. Cause that type of shit I don't got time for it. All I'm gonna do is get crazy. So rather than do that, I got a whole channel for people that's interested in trying to do better. I ain't finna try to save you from killing yourself. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, go to Vegan Intel. I don't really want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Let me just change the subject. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Only thing I care about is taking care of myself. That's it. That's it. It's the end of the day. So go check out Vegan Intel. Subscribe. One thing about that subject is nobody's gonna fight with you to stop you from getting sick. Like, don't nobody really care. And what happens is people, when you try to tell them to eat right, they think you care, but it's just advice. Man, listen, what you eat don't make me shit. Don't nobody really care. See what I'm saying? If you unalive yourself, nobody cares. The medical industry, they just gonna sell you medicine. They don't care. So that's why I don't really like having those conversations. Because then the people you try to help, they try to act like you supposed to like argue with them to save them. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something in it for you. You know, that's how people act. Like it's some type of recruitment, you know. That's how they act. Like you're trying to come join me, you know, and eat this way. And it's like, no, no. Good luck with that. Whatever you want to tell yourself, go ahead. Whatever. Whatever, you know. So that's why I moved that from over here because I got tired of that. I didn't want to be tired of that with that. The black man is an idiot overall. He has no leadership skills. He can't tell you how to eat because he don't feed you. The black man don't feed his community. You go to the black community, you see Chinese restaurants, you see McDonald's, you see all these corporations. None of them is ours. None of them. He is a totally the most unresponsible man out of all the races. The black man is totally irresponsible. All the way to Africa. Africa, man, South Africa obesity problem is crazy. It's just we are celebratory people, which is cool, but it makes us play too much. We celebratory, so we play too much. And so we end up not being able to celebrate as long as we could because we be sick all the time. The foundation of Black Americans is sick, fat, sick. They got all type of ailments. And they be wondering why their kids born with all that stuff. Their kids be born with all type of shit be wrong with them. Wasn't nothing wrong with me and my sister because my parents came from Alabama, and my parents came from Alabama, and they couldn't afford. They couldn't afford to eat this stuff. They had to eat fruits and vegetables because that's what you can grow the most. You can't really eat chicken like that. So it's also knowledge. Like brothers ain't got no knowledge. Like if you raising chickens and you got 40 chickens You can't eat no chicken every day because you won't have no chickens after a month and 2 weeks. You're gonna be out of chickens, right? All right then. So how many chickens would you have to eat chickens every day? They don't eat like they original man down on them farms. They didn't eat like that. My granddaddy and them didn't eat like that. Y'all don't know nothing. I was going down south. They don't eat like that. They don't eat them animals like that. They don't eat animals. They eat a lot of okra. They eat a lot of oats and stuff like that. String beans, corn on the cob. Because they got fields and fields of corn. They ain't got that many cows to eat up their cows like that. And they'll raise a hog for a year or two before they unalive him. They let them get real big. But they don't eat animals like that. Original, your grandsister didn't eat animals like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, people want to come and argue and stuff. They don't know nothing about the molecular structure of our cells and nothing. But they smart. You so smart, but you don't know nothing about your colon, nothing about your kidneys, nothing about nutrients, nothing about the juices that your body need, and you can't get no juice for no hamburger or nothing. Your body is moist. Your body's mostly liquid. So I was eating some dry ass French fries and some chicken. You know how stupid you? Well, I ain't gonna say stupid, but you were a slave basically. You're a slave. Somebody else fed you. I can say for black people, you done never feed yourself. Your master fed you, and you learned how to make a delicacy out of master's food. You haven't been independent. The black man in America, you've never been independent. So you haven't created nothing over here. Everything you're doing is from slavery. You've never developed anything for your people. The nation of Islam, the only one tried to develop a way to eat. And look at them now. Rest in peace, the Farrakhan's wife passed away too. Rest in peace to the queen. But yeah, you arguing about something that your master taught you. You don't have no input on what you eating. You have no responsibility of the dietary way that black people eat. You're just a black male, just a flunky, and you just letting your people eat whatever the system sells. Why would I listen to you? You're not no dominant. You're not dominant. You know how many brothers come over here and talk all this crazy stuff to me, and I find out they don't eat right? Look, let me tell you something with me. That's why I don't like debating on the internet. Because with me, I gotta go look in your refrigerator. As soon as I look in your refrigerator and see it ain't right and exact, shut the fuck up talking to me. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say about nothing. Period. I don't respect no knowledge. You got no knowledge to me. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. If you don't have the number one knowledge when you wake up and to what you put in your body, you're a fraud. You're filibustering, trying to look smart, and you dumb as hell. And also, you ain't no revolutionary because you got no self restraint, right? I try to do it, but I can't do it. Okay, shut the fuck up talking to me if you's a little P word and you can't do it. That's because you's a little B. Duh. You're not like Big Pharaoh. Pharaoh, I'm a little B. I can't. Okay, I'm cool. That's cool. But if you can't do that, you can't talk to me too. Practice that. Practice shutting up talking to me. Practice that part. Practice that. You just shut up and listen. The same way you listen to that man feed you, you listen to the Babylon, you eat what they tell you. So don't try to tell me nothing. Go tell the grocery store something and the people that's selling you poison. Why are you trying to tell me something? This is what I don't like about the black man in America. You want to tell me something. And you wonder why I don't be listening to y'all. Listen, I ain't been listening to y'all since 1978. It's been fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all bootleg. You not none of that. Who gonna respect a man that don't know what he putting in his mouth? I come to your house, I grab something. What's in this? You all on the internet. I know all the knowledge. I come to your refrigerator, I grab something. Okay, what's the ingredients that you putting in your mouth? Because I hear a bunch of shit coming out your mouth, but you don't even know what's going in your mouth. What's in this? Because this jar you got in your refrigerator, I got to get my phone and look up these ingredients. Because they're not even telling you what it is. Pimento linseed. You look it up, it's frog ass. You know what I'm saying? Frog ass. I be in the store with my phone and I'll see some ingredients and I put it in there. What is this? And then a lot of times, I swear, y'all, they'll give me another word, right? They'll give me another word to avoid telling me what it is. Then when I search that word, I find out it's rooster nuts. You know, it's rooster ass. I swear to God, that's what they'll do. They try to do that to the vegans, but we read everything, so we be putting them out of business. Y'all don't know that part. They be like, the vegan food, don't know the vegan food be excellent because we don't be buying it. They be going out of business. Facts, they be going out of business. You think I'm lying? They be going out of business. Facts. Vegan food don't stay in business. If they ain't right and exact, they go out of business. Won't buy it. Ask somebody. Go in this. Well, you don't eat like that, so you don't know. Ain't nobody buying almond breeze milk. They barely in the store. With the plant-based life, they gotta upgrade. If they don't upgrade, they go out of business. Remember, everybody was complaining, was talking about y'all vegans eat Beyond Meat. Where's Beyond Meat? Out of business, ain't they? Exactly. Don't worry about us. Worry about yourself. We ain't buying that. Soon as we see the ingredients, they out of there. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you don't eat like that, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you ain't in the dairy, if you ain't in the plant-based dairy section, you ain't seeing the milks constantly changing. Now the plant-based milks, guess what they say now? I say only 5 ingredients. Yeah, it better be only 5 ingredients. The first plant-based milk had all them ingredients, a paragraph. Now they can't sell it. Now they like only 6 ingredients, only 5 ingredients. Like my protein powder, it's like only 6 ingredients. I bet you better be only 6 ingredients, or you're gonna be only still sitting on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? On my mama's mama. It better be only 5 ingredients in there, or you ain't finna sell it. You know what I'm saying? So now we got them battling to who can make the best, cleanest food. We got them. Think I'm lying? The whole vegan industry, we got them. If that shit ain't clean, they ain't making no money. That's a fact. They go out of business. We ain't buying it. Check it out. Go look. Look at the vitamins and everything. If you used to look at vegan food 10 years ago or 5 years ago and go in the store look now, I bet you don't see a lot of them products. They gone. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. You can't just put vegan on there and think we read, bro. We read our stuff. We reading our stuff. Real talk. So I'm up doing the late night Nocturnal Insomniac. This is a new playlist. We're gonna be all over the place. Y'all got something else y'all want to talk about? All I can hear is the Queen saying, "Go to sleep, Pharaoh." This is what I've been hearing the whole time. But the way I eat and everything, so we'll talk about that. I don't I don't have to go on no 8 hours sleep, 16 hours. I don't have to do that. I could do 8 and 28. Yeah, from 8 hours sleep, I could get 28 hours out of that. Unless I'm working out, I can't now because I'm in the weight, so I can't get 28 right now. I know y'all like why you ain't been going live a lot because I'm lifting these weights. I'm getting on my Hercules and I'm have to sleep. I have to sleep because like the muscles be actually growing, and then the muscles be growing. And so my body, my muscles growing. I'm 68. My body like, dude, sit your ass down. Like my body is like, why? My body be all tripping because my muscles growing, and my body don't like my muscles growing because my body want me to settle in and pass away, right? So my body is like, nah, you supposed to be getting more decrepit, right? So now my body I'm sleeping more because my body's reversing. See, your body is decreasing, decreasing, going away, right? So now when you start exercising, it's the reverse. So now it got to get sleep. Your legs getting bigger, your muscles getting bigger, your chest getting bigger, your arms getting bigger. And for those muscles to grow, you got to go to sleep. You got to sleep. You got to take 2 days off. That's why you can't go to the gym every day, every day. When you see these people in the gym every day, they stupid. You don't supposed to go in there like that. They're like, yes, you do. You gotta do upper body, bro. You gotta let your heart rest. Your heart's a muscle too, bro. You're not supposed to be working your heart every day like that. You're not supposed to work out like that. You ain't supposed to work out nothing but twice a week, 3 times a week. You could do light stuff, while you're at home, just a little toning, little stuff. But you gotta rest. You only grow when your muscles and stuff only grow when you rest. You got to rest your heart. You can't have your heart pumping like that. Them fools been there pumping their heart, and they don't even live that long. They don't be living that long. So that's messing up my sleep. So that's why I'm up. I'm gonna be doing this insomniac to offset that, because I don't have no time schedule no more. Because of these exercises. Without these exercises, I can have somewhat of a time. But with this exercise, this workout, I don't have no schedule because like working out, if you got exercise equipment at home and push ups and stuff like that, you could get the urge anytime. It could be 9 o'clock at night. You just start doing push ups. It ain't like timed. So because you might work out anytime, you might have to relax anytime. You ain't on no time zone. That's kind of messing me up. So I said I might as well get this because I don't want to always have to have no conversation, and then I want people to ask questions and stuff. So if y'all got questions, anytime we got Nocturnal Insomniac, that's the time to let loose. So if you got questions, anything like that, it's a good time to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I know dating is a trip. It's uh at my age dating, it's kind of cool in a way depending on who you're dating. If I'm dating, because they're gonna be older sisters. So if I'm dating If I'm dating a real social person, that ain't really gonna work out because I ain't trying to meet all these people. I ain't trying to do that. But if she more of a private woman, that kind of work. But if she a road runner type and always got to be in somebody's face, uh, then that means I got to always be in somebody's face. And I never found I never found socializing for black people to be beneficial. I've always looked at socializing for black people as always negative to me. It's a negative, horrible experience because mostly clown shit. It's the same people that can't get in no corporate office and open no stores or build no hotels or that, but you got a whole lot of time to caca and kiki. So it irritates me. I don't really like foundational Black Americans' social activities. To me, it's treason. Cause how you got all this time for this, but you ain't got no time to build not a goddamn thing. And ain't nothing black at your social event, and you don't even care. When Europeans socialize, all the stuff there is their stuff. So I bet they do enjoy it. But when you socialize, everything at your events is somebody else's stuff. So they making money off of you day and night, night and day. You ain't making a quarter. You ain't building nothing. Not even no occupations, no jobs or nothing. They can fire you. You can't even socialize no more. I don't really being 68 and watching black people really never take no economical like command in their community. I don't really got a lot of respect for a foundational black American man. Not really. Not really. I really like the black man, the foundational black American man. I support you. You're my brothers. You're a part of my group, but you ain't on shit. When you do get on something, it's like very small divvy divvies, you ain't gonna get together enough of you to come out with no automobile or build no real serious housing or nothing like that where it takes a group where it's gonna take, 20, 30 of you like any other corporation. You ain't gonna put together no corporation, you'll put together a business, but you won't put together no corporations and businesses can't beat corporations. I don't know what y'all think. I want to know what make y'all think these businesses are going to be able to compete with corporations. But I guess I don't know. So I don't really like socializing. It's nothing worse than socializing with slaves. Hanging out with somebody having a good time and not recognizing the situation they in. And I'm just looking at you, I'm wondering how you having so much fun. Do you realize the situation we in? When you look at us from like when I was born in 58, if you look at us from 58 till now, and you don't see it, and it's like the 40-year-olds, them, the 40 and 50-year-olds, because they the ones supposed to teach the babies this stuff. So it's like somebody like me, if I go out in the community with some information, but I'm surrounded by losers, and it's just me, that means that mostly everything somebody gonna hear is from the other brothers. And the other brothers ain't on shit. So my message ain't gonna go nowhere. My message is like secondary because the black man you making our people think that the messages y'all talk about is the main messages, which is nothing. So you raised the next generation to be on nothing because you ain't talking about nothing. Not really. I was just talking to somebody a lot about that, how much sacrifices I've made, and how I'm intelligent. I could talk where I could pimp YouTube. They was telling me about a dude over there talking about relationships. That's what made me have one conversation about a relationship. But I could come over here to relationship coach and make a whole lot of money and don't help nobody. It just be a bunch of bullshit. But you're gonna listen. More people gonna listen. If I was over here talking about relationship, yeah, ladies, and when you get with these men, da da da, deal, you get man, now I have man, you know how many people will be watching me if I sell out because I got the gifts for the gab. I got the knowledge. I know how to put that stuff together. That's easy peasy. That would be easy money. If I got some integrity, I'd be passing up a lot of money. As a fact, I could be one of the number one content creators if I sell out. As a fact, I could put that together easy. That'd be so easy to sucker y'all in on that. I'd have all the ladies watching. Yeah, ladies, relationship, and then he this, and he that. And don't tell no truth. I always tell it in a way where it's interesting. I can't tell the truth because the truth sometimes not interested. They want to hear some bullshit. If I go over here and bullshit, I'll be number one. I'll be big as shit. If I do that other stuff, how I do this, man, I'll be bigger than life. Oh my soul. Real talk. They be sending me content creators. You watch dude? I'm like, no, I'm not watching him. He lying and he ain't nothing but a content creator preacher. He ain't doing but selling you bullshit. Basically. If you're doing content on relationships, if you're trying to help relationships, honestly, that ain't gonna be no more than 10 videos. Now, if you're doing that every day, you bullshit. There is not that much correction that you could do to help relationships. Also, if you really want to help relationships, they not gonna watch you because it's gonna be too critical on their behavior. So, in order to get a lot of people to watch you, you cannot be critical on their behavior. You have to go along with their behavior. So, if I want a lot of people to watch, I can't be telling you you eating trash. You're not gonna watch that. They're not gonna watch that because they want to go eat that stuff. They don't want me to tell them what they eating like that. They're not watching me for no real knowledge. They watching me so they could cheerlead and they watching me to say what they believe. They want me to say what they believe, basically. They don't want me to tell them the truth. Bob Marley said in the song, the truth is an offense, but not a sin. They offended with the truth. They don't want to hear no, they want some bullshit. They don't really want no real minister. They don't want me to have no church. They ain't gonna come. Who gonna come to my church and I get in front of ladies and say you love God, but you don't want to look the way God made you? They ain't coming back. Because they love them blonde wigs and them red wigs. And who gonna come to my church? I told them you claim you love God, but ain't nothing godly about you. You look like you love Walmart in the store because you're not natural. So God messed up your hair. They ain't coming back. If I ask them when they go to heaven, is they gonna be able to go with the wig on? Because I thought Christ said, "Come as you are," not with no whole bunch of junk on your face and no fake hair and all that. I mean, I'm just saying, you got clothes on. Well, damn, you got gluing on hair up though and all that. And now you getting a booty? Really? Man, we finna have, man, with these butt injections and these butt implants, man, we finna have a world catastrophe. Man, that it's so many women finna be off the map as far as they gonna be undateable. They're gonna be out of here. So many divorces. It's gonna be so many divorces because of them fake butts. Everybody know where that's gonna go. Just even for you to think you can put something in your skin and sit on it, it's just crazy. You can put all that weight on a butt that just put in there, and you think you can sit on that every day and that's gonna work. Let's make it make some sense. But how could they do it? If you drinking, if you smoking cigarettes, you eating artificial flavors, artificial color, preservative. You ain't got no mind. They can sell you anything. You like a zombie. Your pineal gland is calcified. Your brain can't communicate from one side to the other. You full of all the medicine they put in the animals, all them shots is in you. You can't say that in church. I pay a serious price for night gossiping and talking some real stuff. I don't get no lot of views. They want me to they want me to gossip. That's what they want me to do. I get a lot of views if I did that though. For sure. I go through the roof. Yeah, I go through the roof. I could be over here gossiping about them gangsters that's on the internet like little girls with their little gangster clothes on. They look cute though. They're on the internet. He he took a proper. You know what I'm saying? I be watching them though. You know what I'm saying? Haitian Jack, this one, that. If I came over here and talked about Haitian Jack, I come over here talking about them different brothers, it'd be popping over here, boy. If I came over here with the gangster gossip, you know, that he got locked up. When he was locked up, he went over here and he did this and he did that. I didn't do it. You, when he got locked up, he just sold this and that. He was running around under so and so. I was in there. I was in the prison. One brother I've been watching. I've been watching Jimmy. And Jimmy over there saying all the wrong stuff. I'm like, Jimmy, he trying to get parole. Jimmy has been trying to get parole, but everything he said, he ain't gonna get parole. I'm just looking like, bro, shut up. Boy, I can't believe it, man. Boy, it's funny. Boy, it's hilarious. I could talk about that stuff. I'll blow up. It's hilarious. The gangsters gossiping. They be put on their little suits and stuff. They be gangsters. And then they come and they say they look like gangsters. They like, and then he said this, and then he said that, and he said this, and he said that. He said in the gangster, he be gospel like a little B word, but he do it in the gangster gossip. You know what I'm saying? I watch him though, because I got to know what's going on in the black community as a leader. I got to know, you know what I'm saying? I got to know what's going on, but it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. It's crazy. I said, well, the black people. And a lot of these is like Jamaicans, Haitians. They so gangsta in prison. Bro, you did forever in prison. Like, what could you tell anybody? What? They trying to get that YouTube money. It's crazy. YouTube got people telling everything. If you got any integrity, you ain't gonna do that good on YouTube. Because people don't want no integrity. They want gossip or news. You could do news and do pretty well though. You could do news, but not a racist for who see the story first. And whack 100 fall down the stairs and break his arm. The first one can report it, get the views. So they just be these content creators. They just be scrolling, waiting for something to happen, and boom, they jump on quick. And then you could watch this one say it, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. There's something else happening, and he said it, and they just watching for what's happening. They get in the bag though, I guess. It's a little gossipy though, but it's guess I ain't gonna hate on nobody bag. It's weird, but hey, whatever you gotta do to get the money. But they gonna get too much money. YouTube gonna shut everything down. Watch. Remember I said first, YouTube gonna shut that monetization down because it's too much monetization that's really not gonna pan out. Meaning that when we go live, they show these commercials, right? Now these businesses pay to show their commercials. Now these businesses is trying to look to see if they getting some sales. Now, if these businesses don't get no sales, that's paying YouTube and YouTube paying us, them businesses is gonna stop running YouTube commercials. If it don't pay, then the monetization program gonna crash. Because are they selling? Are they selling from these commercials? I don't think because I don't know. I think because the people that's watching, them people not gonna buy nothing. I don't believe. I don't believe the YouTube audience gonna buy nothing. Nobody just want to hear a bunch of gossip is gonna click and go buy nothing. They're gonna have to get some real content creators over there that's got some real stuff talking about some real stuff, then they'll sell. But they're not gonna sell nothing from these gossip columns people. They're gonna pay them people a bunch of money and they ain't gonna get nothing back. Ain't no way. Because at the end of the day, the company's gonna look and say, we ran this many commercials and we only made this. This ain't working out. A lot of them companies, if them companies depending on them clicks to turn around and click on their link, they're gonna go out of business. To me, I don't see it. I think for sure they can't keep letting people come over here. 20 people report the same story. They gotta be, and then this thing where they'll take your video and comment on it, they gotta get rid of that too. Like Seti Nash say something, then you clip it, and I play it, and say, see, and that's what he talking about here, and I play a little bit of it. And that way, man, you're not gonna make no money and you paying these people this content, and they making this money off of copying somebody else's stuff and commentating on it. It's so whack. Now, which one of them people that watching that gonna click on one of them businesses over there? That's a bad business model. They giving away too much money. You're not gonna sell nothing with that type of content. How? They need to start targeting their content for the conversation. Like Vegan Intel, run vegan plant-based commercials over there. You can't just run anything over there. Look at the content and run the proper commercial for the content. Other than that, what's gonna make somebody that's watching this buy this? Like they don't even go together. I don't know. I know if you're paying your bills with that, you got a big surprise coming. You better get you some more money somewhere. Hopefully you saving your money. They're gonna pull the rug from under that. Cause it's a whole bunch of people all saying the same shit. Crowding the space, They made a mess out of it. YouTube made a bad move. They went for the views instead of the content. That was a bad business model. They should have pushed the people that's talk about something interesting. People like me. They shouldn't be pushing. They can have some gossipers, but you can't have 50 gossipers gossiping about the same subject. Who go they don't what? So now it's a race to who say it first, and the rest of them just on there. They just flooding YouTube with too much content on the same shit. I don't see that happening. How you gonna hold all that unnecessary content on your servers? Hey, YouTube, call me. I'll take a position, help y'all out, because this not gonna work. I don't see how it's gonna work. I don't see it. It's definitely turning black people into some fools because that's all they want to see is gossip. If you ain't gossiping, they don't want to learn nothing. They want to gossip and troll. Trolls too. Trolls ain't gonna buy nothing. I don't get it. Trolls. I know that when they hit the commercial run, you get paid, but you still got to try to help the people with the commercial make sales. So you can't just take their money running their commercials, but they ain't getting no sales. They gonna have to get sales. Like if I pay for a YouTube commercial, I want sales. So you're gonna have to put my commercial somewhere where I got a high chance of getting sales, not on no goofy on these goofies, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sell nothing. How? They're gonna have to target those commercials based on what you're talking about. And if you ain't talking about nothing, you don't get no commercials. What? At least say something. At least change up your content or make it where you got a better chance to sell to people and then sell based on what the content creator is talking about. At least. I don't know what's up with that. But shout out to YouTube. They'll figure it out. I'm expecting a whole lot of people to be kicked off here though and demonetized. They're gonna be like, you ain't gonna be able to do no these commentary on somebody else's video. They're gonna watch. They gotta get rid of that, bro. You gonna take my video and do commentary on it because you ain't got nothing to talk about. They just throwing money away. They shouldn't be paying them. They shouldn't get nothing. If they can't make their own content, there ain't no content creators. Get them the hell off YouTube. Why'd you got these people on here stealing people's content, commentating on it, and making money off of other people's hard work? And you shouldn't be able to take setting ass shit and talk about it and make no damn money. It's hard as SETI be working over here. If you can't get up there and talk like SETI, then sit your stupid ass down. They need to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make your own content. You can't be breaking down nobody else's content and all that. Go report it yourself. That's more respectful. But then you're gonna go take a news clip and play the news clip back and then commentate on it. I don't know. I think if you're using it for purposes to show somebody something and teach, yeah. But if you're just scamming and just making up like you talking about something, and the whole time I click on it and I'm watching somebody else talk on it, that's a scam to me. Because you making the title like you talking about it. And I go over there, you playing somebody else talk about it. He's like, oh yeah, see what he said right here? He's absolutely right. Da, da, da. Bro, get your goofy ass out of here. What the hell? Crazy. So anybody got any questions? We can go through some questions. You went to Nocturnal Insomniacs late at night. I'm gonna be doing these a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Quinadon is tacky. Is bad. If you make some content, why would I take your content and commentary on your content and make money off your content and constantly play your whole video? All I got to do is stop it and then say something and then play it again and stop it. And then, come on, man. And the rest of us out here, we working from the rooter to the tutor. You paying these people to show somebody else's content, and real content creators, you don't want to pay us. You want to pay somebody that's playing somebody else's content. Yeah, they be piggybacking. YouTube shouldn't even let that shit happen. They bogus for letting that happen. That's copyright infringement, 100%. YouTube can't give you the right to do that. So you could use it if you're trying to teach something. They ain't trying to teach nothing. They commentary don't be teaching nothing. They don't even be teaching. They just be talking, saying anything. And when YouTube go back and look at their records and see how much money they paid them people, they're gonna get rid of all of them. Watch. Wait till the finances get looked at. And YouTube say, man, look how many people we paying. That showing a video we already got up. We paying 5 times for the same video. See what I'm saying? If I make a video and YouTube pay me and they let 30 people copy that video and do it, they paying 5 times, 20 times, 30 times for this video. How is that a good business model? To let people take one video and keep paying over and over for a video that's already on YouTube instead of they got to go to that video and then monetize off that video. You're going to make more money with them having to go to that video than you're going to make with all these copycats. Ain't nobody going to buy nothing from them. Who going to push and buy something from a YouTube commercial from these copycats? They're stealing content. I don't be trolling. I need to create a YouTube troll account so I can go over there and say, you stealing content. You don't even know what you're talking about. Shut your stupid ass up. You stealing content. You don't even know. Shut your stupid ass up. Flag them. YouTube, go take this shit down. I should be a hater and flag all of them. and send it to YouTube. YouTube, this is not content. This is copyright infringement. They stealing. How many times y'all gonna pay for the same content? They robbing you. They robbing Google. Because Google on YouTube, they robbing them. They just throwing money away. They gonna figure it out though. I should do a whole video on it. I'm the only one gangster enough on here to do it. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I'm like a Tupac song. You can't see me. I should do it. I should make a video on that. YouTube, get rid of these fake content creators stealing content or video. YouTube paying 50 times for one video. They'll see that. They'll be like, Pharaoh ain't lying, no. Why is YouTube paying 50 times for the same video? 50 different people from one person's video. I should do that. I should just kick off some shit. I should make a video though. YouTube losing money. Now that's some business, gangster business shit. Cause that I get in good with YouTube. They be like, he right. Look out for Pharaoh. Pharaoh right. Get me a bag since that's what we doing. Since we getting bags, let me go link up with Google and YouTube and say, hey, they robbing y'all. They scamming. You know what I'm saying? I should snitch for the bag. You know what I'm saying? I should go get that bag or buddy up with YouTube. Yeah, I should get that bag and piss off all other content creators. What you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? I ain't just no content creator. And my reputation precedes me, but you don't even want this smoke. I should do it though. YouTube losing money. Really, I can't say YouTube losing money because the people running the commercials the one losing money because they the ones ain't selling nothing. They still paying YouTube, so YouTube making money. To be honest, YouTube still making money because them people the commercial got to pay YouTube. Now they probably ain't making no money, so they're gonna have to keep changing them people, interchanging them people until the gig is up. So I ain't gonna hurt on YouTube. YouTube giving money. I ain't gonna hate on them. When I think about it, yeah, YouTube getting that bag. All them people they gotta pay. Every time them commercials run, they paying YouTube for that, and then we get paid. So I ain't gonna. I can see why they doing it. They not losing nothing. But them companies, when them companies find out and the word get out there, they gonna lose. They gonna start losing money because them companies is not gonna pay you to run commercials that really ain't getting no sales though. YouTube already know it. They probably already planning. They're gonna get rid of a whole bunch of content creators. They probably already got the date. Okay, we're gonna run this for so long on this date. Shut it down. They're gonna get the bag and they're gonna shut it down. And they're gonna get a whole new system for advertising. That's what they're gonna do. When I think about it. They already way ahead of me. YouTube already know this. They're gonna get the bag and then they're gonna shut it down. Okay, can't do this no more. It was nice when it happened, but it's over with. So when you click on something, it's like a whole bunch of videos about the same thing. And it's like, come on, man, why don't y'all make your own stuff up? Especially them Africans. Y'all see the Africans taking out content and taking content from America and making money way over in Africa? I'm like, dude, you way in Zimbabwe somewhere. You way in Nigeria somewhere. What the hell? Why is you over here talking about American biz? What's going on over here like that to make some money? It looks so phony. You could tell they don't even care. They just pimping. Way in Africa, playing content from American citizens to get views, chopping it up. They got to get rid of that though. It's cheaper than YouTube. But I don't want to hear no African taking no videos and chopping up. Now, it's one thing if the African talking on his own, but I don't want to see no African playing American videos and slicing them up and stopping them and getting views off of a bunch of other people's stuff. And he ain't got to do nothing but sit there and don't say nothing. That's just ruining the whole experience over there, to me. Yeah, get him out of here, Quinn and Don. What else is going on? Oh, there's so much going on. They still tripping over Drake. Because Drake done stepped on Kendrick. Kendrick got to get with a good label. Because them black dudes is what they getting in all type of trouble for doing all type of stuff. A lot of women going to go to court. They going to get sued. It's really hard to go in business with black men that act like they ain't never seen a woman before. One of the major problems with a black man going into business, if you go into business, you can't hire no cockhounds. You can't be around no dudes act like they never seen no woman before. This is one of the biggest flaws with the black man today coming up. I don't know about white men because I'm not around a lot of white men like that. I think they do the same thing, but in a more slick way, but it still be a violation of these women's rights. They be doing it up in these offices and stuff. But one of the worst things when you're trying to do business is a black man that act like he ain't never seen no woman before. Like when I had the rap label, I had a sister that rapped. She was a part of the rap group, and I used to constantly have to make dudes get out her face. Cause like, bro, she here to rap. She not here to be your sex partner. And it would be other rappers. And instead of them focusing on their careers and rapping, as soon as they see her, all they think about is trying to have sex with her. And I always thought that was like highly unprofessional. Imagine me. I'm going to pick this young lady up from my mother's house. She was an adult though, but she was a young adult, like early 20s. What I look like trying to sleep with her, saying sexual stuff with her, and she signed my label. And it was always a problem with dudes that say they want to rap, but they act like they never seen a woman before. I can't stand dudes like that. Like I don't like when I'm around a man and he act like he never seen a woman before. I don't hang with dudes like that. I feel like you got some kind of mental problem. There's something wrong with you. You got low self-esteem or something, because ain't nobody in the world want to sleep with every woman they see like that. That's low self-esteem. Got to be. Anytime a man think every woman is a catch, he don't think he a catch. Because any man that think he that ain't care nothing about no woman like that. When you the prize, but you think every woman is the prize. You don't think you nothing. That's how a man look to me. Like when you always in women face, to me, I'm like, dude, ain't nothing. He don't feel like he nobody. He feel like she better than him. That's what it be looking like. The inside of the Amazon, I can only imagine. It's like when a man is just any woman, when he's like that, there's something wrong with him. It's something wrong with him. What's up, Derek? It's something wrong with him. Because a man like that definitely ain't going to take care of no child. He's not going to stay with that woman because everywhere he go, he in another woman's face. He not really no man. He like a little boy that got some type of low self-esteem. Because you got to have low self-esteem to be in women's faces that much. Like it's got to be something wrong with you. It's got to be. Because you can't deal with all them women. So what is you doing? Like, why is you on these women's face? You can't do nothing for them or nothing with them. Not really. And where you got all this time? That's why I don't mess with dudes like cockhounds. Once I find out you like that, you got to get away from me. Because you a loser. What kind of man can't concentrate on what the hell he doing? You can't concentrate for 5 minutes. As soon as you see a woman, you lose your concentration. Why would I deal with you? I can't deal with you. Can't do nothing with you. Because anything we do, can't no woman come around or you ain't going to be focused. I can't deal with you. Something wrong with you. If you're a man and every time you see a woman, you try to holler at her, you have psychological, there is something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Because you just trying to start a bunch of stuff you can't finish. It's something wrong with you. I'm not taking you around my daughter and my wife or no women, none of my female friends. I can't take you nowhere. Something wrong with you. You ain't no king. You ain't no king. What king do that? A king is approached. A king ain't running up in women's faces like that. That's a loser. That's why these women, sometimes they get flattered because these dudes be running their face and they start sleeping with dudes and it'd always be a disaster. You should have known the way he ran up in your face. You should have known this dude is a loser. Soon as I see you like that, you out of here. I'm not messing with you. I don't want to be first. I don't want to be seen with you because your reputation is soiled for sure. There's definitely something wrong with you because it ain't that much sex in the world. It ain't. This thing with sex. It ain't that much sex in the world. Somebody that had a lot of sex. It was all organically. It wasn't no forced situation. I mean, you can have sex naturally. You don't have to be trolling like that to have sex. Something wrong with you. And I already see you can't concentrate. I can't trust you. Your man about this big. As soon as you see some breast and a butt, you don't hear nothing else. You'll sell your soul. So we can't do no business. I can't send you on no business trips. I can't invest in you because you's a goofy. You a loser. When you're around a man like me, like that, you a loser. Because the first thing we're going to say is, why you ain't got no woman already? So you really look like a buster. When we see you and you in every woman's face, to us it means like you ain't got no woman. That what you don't got no woman. You probably think you look like a player or something. No, you look like a fool. You look like you're a loser. You're a loser. You definitely don't represent no money. So we try to do any type of money play, you're out of here. You represent a lawsuit, if anything. You out of here. We can't have no woman when we having a corporate meeting trying to make some $1 million deals and a female walk in and you not paying attention no more. You got to go. If a female walk in while we talking and you not listening no more, you got to go. And that's not uncovered. That's on some gangster stuff too. If you're on some gangster, like gangster stuff, and we talking, and we really own this, and a female come and you not, and you lose focus, and just her walking in here becomes more important than what we talking about, you got to go. You ain't no king. You definitely ain't no player. You a buster. You don't got no strong male qualities. You a simp. You a weirdo. Nobody can trust you. I'm telling you. That's one of the first signs on some bullshit. That's the first sign you look at for a man. If he look like he ain't never seen a woman before, get rid of him. It's the first test. That's why a lot of times these corporations, when they think about bringing a guy to the corporation, they'll go to one of these strip clubs that's fully nude and no alcohol. You know why they take them there? They trying to see why they taking business if he keep looking at the lady on the stage. And why they talking business? If he keep looking at the ladies on the stage, if the ladies in there are of any significance to him, he got to go. Because we're not going to hire you and send you all the way to Japan to take care of some business. As soon as you get to the airport, you looking at women. We want you to go there and we want you to be business. We want you to go to your hotel. We want you to get some sleep. We want you to get up. We want you to go to this business meeting, go to this business. We don't want you out there fucking. Period. We didn't send you out there to have sex. So now as soon as you want to have sex, that means this the $1 million merger and this is sex. You put the sex over the millions of dollars. The fact that you can even get stimulated or focused, you're a loser. That's a fact. That's in corporate or on the streets. Real talk. Anybody can tell you. I used to do deliveries of green and white and stuff, right? Once I turned into a monster, that's going to be in my book. And a whole lot of my customers was females. And sometimes they'll come in negligees and all type of stuff, right? But imagine me coming to your door. I'm trying to grab this $100. So when you come to the door in a nightgown, just give me my $100. Because my beeper going off. And I got to make 8 deliveries. And you number 5. Number 6, 7, 8 still waiting. Lady, you crazy if you think that I'm going to sit over here for some sex when I got a woman at home and I got somebody waiting on me with 200, 200, and 400. Bitch, you crazy. I ain't over here for that. On top of that, if I say something sexual to her and stuff, it's gonna take down my status. Immediately she's gonna take my status down. Immediately she's not gonna talk to me on a high level no more. Immediately she's gonna make everything personal now. A woman like that will call the police on you because you didn't went and got emotions involved. So she might just be feeling herself that night. So if you give her a package and take the money and leave, the next time she call you, she got even higher respect for you because she's thinking I was feeling kind of, hot, and I came at him. I shouldn't have did that. And then I don't act like nothing happened. As far as I'm concerned, it never happened. So now they won't try to dress up or nothing. They'll come in their pajamas, their house shoes, or whatever, because now they're 100% comfortable that when they call me to get something, that's all it is. So they become more comfortable. And then sometimes they have men there. So like she come to the door, you go down here and go, this is a living room. Now you don't know if it's a man in there or not, but he's listening to his woman or his new girl he's trying to talk to when she come to the door to get this stuff for them. And when he see you come to the door, give her and leave, he fuck with you. She could call you anytime. Because she see, dude is 100% doing what he say he doing. He do not want my woman. Not that one. He coming to get his money and going. And that's the reputation you want. You ain't called me for that. And you ain't that. You ain't that. I got a woman already. You not that. And this is how you got to deal with women out here. You not that. You can't just come at me like that and it's automatic. What you think this is? This is when you put the woman over you. Now she over you. No, you're not over me. I decide. And listen, I'm not going like that. I'm not never mixing no business with no pleasure. Never, ever, never. That's the worst thing you could do. I'm telling you. So you really, as a man, there's not really a lot of men to hang with. They don't make them like my father and that generation no more. They don't make them like that no more. Just a whole bunch of these men was raised by women. They didn't have no strong daddies like that, or no strong mamas. So they real messed up. They don't got no like royal culture like that. When you grew up, back in the day when I grew up with a mother, father, sister, brother, it was like royalty. It was like king and queen, princess and prince. That's just what it used to be like. Royalty. Wasn't no weirdo shit. And that generation, they didn't allow single people to come around. You had to be another couple to even get in the circle. The circle is a circle of couples. My mother and father's circles was all couples. Facts. They had no. If you was a man and you didn't have no woman, you can't come in the circle. As a matter of fact, when I grew up, if you was a man and you didn't have a steady woman, they didn't like you. Nobody liked you. Now my mother's generation or the women older than her, they ain't like you. They look at you like you need to settle down. That's how they used to look at you. You ain't about nothing. We can't deal with you. And it's still like that today. If you around a dude and he chase women, he ain't worth nothing. Because the fact you keep chasing him mean he can't find none. That means something wrong with him. It's something wrong with you. If you ain't got no queen, something wrong with you. Ladies, you better listen to me. If you see him with her and her and her, and now he's trying to get with you, he gonna get with you and he gonna be with her and he might be with him. He ain't on nothing. Something wrong with him. He got low self-esteem. And it can't get fixed. Ask a man that be talking about sleep with a lot of women. Ask him what you get out of it. I bet he can't give you no good answer. He can't give you no answer. You're like, bro, I got two women. You say, what you get out of it? He can't give you no answer. He don't get nothing out of it. He really doing it for nothing. He doing it for nothing. I'm telling you, I'm a man. I have opportunity to be with different women, and it ain't really nothing. If you got a woman and then you sleep with her, it don't be nothing. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. Especially if you got a wife, you ain't never gonna really deal with that other woman like that. It was a waste of time. To be honest with you, I don't bring nothing to the table. Not really. What? A waste of time. And it put you in the danger zone. Because, when you're out there moving around, that's how you get robbed. That's how you get jacked. That's how you be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? And so when you see a dude and he dating and dating and dating and dating and dating and dating, he going to tell you it's the women. It ain't the woman, it's him. He's a nut. If you show me a young man that ain't got no woman, there's something wrong with him. He got mental issues. Ain't no way, no 20-year, 30, 40-year-old man ain't got no woman. Something wrong with him. He gonna tell you it's these women. No, it's him. It's something wrong with him. Don't nobody want to live with him. Once you live with him, you see crazy. He got all kind of weird quirks. Show me a grown ass man in their 20s or 30s and 40s that ain't got no woman. Now I can see maybe 50, 60, maybe a woman passed away, maybe you towards retirement age, something like that. You ain't out there like that. But when you out there like that, and you 20, 30, 40 years old, you out there around all the women, and you ain't got no woman, like you ain't got no steady woman, you ain't got no woman you been with a year, 2 years, 3 years, something wrong with you. Yeah, there's something wrong with you. Got to be. All these women out here and you young, and you ain't got no damn woman. That's a sign right there. I'm telling y'all, that's a sign. If he ain't got no woman, something wrong with him. Something wrong. He got mental issues. That's a fact. If you're around a man and he constantly complain about women, something wrong with him too. Something wrong with him. If you're around a man, like when I'm over here and I start talking about men and women, and these dudes come over here and they be going over the top by women, something wrong with them. I already know something wrong with them. As soon as you talk, these women this, these women that, something wrong with you. I know something wrong with you. There's definitely something wrong with you because you generalize with women based on what? So if I sat you down for a psychological session and make you explain that, it'll all come out. And when you say these women, you're talking about your girlfriend and your last baby mama. You ain't even been with no damn women. When you see a man talking about these women, he don't be with no women. He don't be with no women. He try to take that one baby mama he fell out with and try to call her these women. This is a fact. When you see men talking about these women, he talking about his ex or his baby mama. So I don't know why he's saying these because he only talking about one. How you talking about these women? You don't even look like no women be with you like that. What is these? How many are you talking about? Because I can't see you talking about these women if you ain't been with like 10 women in 3 years. What you mean, these women? You don't even be with no women. You just tell the truth. Your baby mama tripping. Just tell the truth. Stop saying these women. You're lying. It ain't no these women. It's one woman. Because if you was with some women, ain't no way you going to say no these women. I've been with some women, and there's no way I can say these women. Ain't no woman I've been with was like the other one. So these women what? I could not, if I wanted to, I could not categorize the women I've been with. They ain't nothing alike. Seriously, wasn't nothing the same about them. So how can I categorize them and say these women when they was all different and unique? Even if you've been with a couple women and you my age and you had problems, you didn't have the same problem with every one of them. It was a different, this one was different. This one, it was a different problem. And this one was a different problem. If it was a problem at all. Sometimes it just be y'all didn't match or whatever. But these women, I don't know what that means. You mean these women? Who was the who? Because I must be not seeing something. I don't know what I didn't see. Because a woman, once she like you and fall in love with you, she turned into your type of woman. She changed. She adapt to you. So when you tell me these women, then she didn't adapt to you? Oh, that's because you was a weirdo. There wasn't nothing to adapt to. Oh, she just stayed herself. Oh, your game wasn't strong. You didn't have nothing for her to. She was probably having to take care of you and give you money, and you was probably couldn't keep no job, and you was probably a bum. So she was never able to lock in with you and create. You couldn't create her into something because you wasn't nothing. You got to be something for a woman to alter to your way of life. You can't be no bum. She's not gonna alter to you. So when I be hearing brothers complain about these women, I already know you was a weirdo. You wasn't on nothing. You wasn't powerful enough for her to adapt to you. You was a burden. You know what I'm saying? Because we be around men, and men be a burden to their own boys. Ladies, men be a burden. Don't let them fool you with that. We don't even hang with them like that. It's so many men that's losers and down. Listen, between women and men, there's percentage wise, there's way more men that have serious issues than the women. There are some women got issues. I ain't gonna lie. There's a high percentage, but there's a higher percentage of men that have like serious issues, including violence and stuff like that. That's why the penitentiary full of them. Don't you know if these women was as violent as these men, these women would be in the penitentiary too? Why the men filling up the penitentiary? Because the men be having real serious issues. And any real man out here in the real world, we don't really hang with men. We don't really find no men to hang with. Maybe one or maybe two. If you're lucky, you and your brother be tight, something like that. But men be whack. Listen, when I go around men, like people that's like associates of mine, and I ain't seen them in a while, and I go see him, like, what's up, Dave-O? When he start complaining about people, guess which people he be complaining about? Put it in the chat. If I go around one of my comrades, because we don't be up around each other all the time, and I ain't seen him in a while. I ain't seen him like 6 months. I go, ask Chris, what's up, man? Oh man, what you been doing around, man? I've been doing this and that. He gonna tell me the kids doing this. Then my son, goofy ass, he went and tore up the car, tore up his mama car, he took her car. Once he get all that out, dudes, man, so and so, man, dude, I had to stop messing with dude, man. He da. It be all men. You don't hear them complain about no women. They always got to kick some brothers to the curb. Some of the guys that they bring into the crew always go bad. Always. The main complaint with men in real life is other men. That's a fact. Anybody don't tell you that is a liar. If you outside like Big Pharaoh and you really out there in them streets and you really out there in the hood with people, the main complaint men got is with other men. It's not no whole lot of complaints about no woman. Because a man gonna pick a woman he like that work out, and that's his woman. So there is no complaints. How you constantly complain about women? You ain't found one that match? Because if you found one that match, why are you complaining? Make that make some sense. How you end up with a woman and you constantly complain about women, but why you didn't pick a match that you ain't got to complain about? Make that make some sense. Why you didn't pick a match? So I'm going to get with a woman that's an asshole and that's going to be my woman? Because you can find that out on a couple of dates. That she ain't the one. The only way that I can see myself getting with a woman that ain't all that is if I'm a loser. I don't know how to get no money. I'm kind of like bummy, kind of a vagabond. I can't keep no job. So then I end up having to be with a less than woman. That's what that mean in the hood. If you with a woman and you don't approve of her and she less than, that's because you ain't shit. That's why. You telling on yourself. Because birds of a feather flock together. So if your baby mama is horrible and you picked her on some gangster shit, you picked her, right? You went up in there, you gave her a baby, and she ain't shit. Okay. What that say about you? So now you want to come over here and tell one side of the story. That's why a lot of times with these celebrities and stuff, when they get up here in the gossip columns and they start gossip about their wife, then she get on there and tell the other side, we'd be like, oh. Because now we see these Ray J's and all these different, we see them. We see them now. With the social media, we see these men. We see these men as cuckoo cocoa puffs. We see that. We see that for sure. That is something wrong with a lot of these men. We see that. It's something wrong with a whole lot of men. That's why we don't hang with men. That's a real G. That's some real player, a real gangster, a real G, or a real king out here about men. We don't mess with no men. You don't bring no men around your wife and your family like that unless he tried and tested. And if he really all that, he not going to come around. He ain't going to come around your family and kids and stuff like that. Like the way I was coming up like that, let's say my boy going to come by. Get me up. I'm on my way. The way we was functioning, I got a wife and kids and stuff. When he pull up, he called me to come outside. He don't come in my house. We don't go all up in each other's house like that. If he coming by to see me, he call me, we go outside, we stand outside the car and talk. He's not coming up in my house. We don't really do that. We don't do that in the streets. We don't go in each other's house. When I pull up, your house is like your kids in there, your wife in there. It's not really a hangout. So if I want to talk to you, I pull up and I tell you come out, and you come out, we talk. We might sit on the porch, but we don't really go up at each other's castles like that. I don't know if we got no real real ones in here. We might got a bunch of weirdos. I don't know what you is, but that's a fact. Men don't go in because we look at your house and we don't look at it as your house. We look at it as your family spot where y'all live. So we ain't comfortable going up in there with your wife and your kids in there. We ain't really comfortable with that. If it's winter, you come and sit in the car. We got the car running the heat on. We talk about whatever we gonna talk about because we don't ain't doing all that visiting. We finna have a conversation or something, but men don't be doing all that visiting. We don't be doing visiting. We at home with our queen and our children. We don't do no visiting with no men. Men, we don't got a lot to talk about like that. I don't got nothing to talk to no man about every day unless we hustling together and the packs that ran out or the herb is gone or something like that or the club's got to open. Did we get the liquor or something like that? Or we got some builders. We want to know did the carpenter come or the plumber. That's a men conversation. We just saying on the phone with no man. How you doing? What you doing? Pause. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. That's some stuff your wife do on the phone, chitter chattering and shit with some lady about nothing. That's what they do. They females. We accept that for free. Ain't no man. I'm just calling you. Hey man, I'm just trying to see what you doing. I ain't doing shit. What you calling me for? Get off my phone. What? What you mean you trying to call me see what I'm doing? I'm doing what I was doing yesterday. We don't be realists. We don't really do all that magical, mystical nonsense like that. I'm not calling you to see what you're doing. And you a man? Pause. I know you're doing fine because if you wasn't, my phone would have rang. If it was a problem, you would have called. I'm not calling no man like that. Who do that? The only person gonna call another male like that is a high schooler. Yeah, as a junior, I'm gonna call Chucky. What you doing? I'm coming over. We gonna get some pizzas. We gonna go do this and that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that as a little boy, like high school. Yeah, we always running behind the dudes. We running behind the dudes all the time. When we little boys. When we little boys, girls in secondary. That okay, high school, yeah. My girlfriend's secondary. No, one is the guys. We basketball. She got to wait till we finish playing basketball, right? I know what you're talking about. Somebody already sent that to me. Yeah, people have been sending me that. I mean, rest in peace, Pop. That's my man. But the picture in the tub with the jury on pause. You know what I'm saying? I did have to take him down a couple notches. I had to take Tupac down a couple notches with the tub picture with his legs open in the tub. I had to bring him down, put him on the rapper stuff. Okay, you my favorite rapper. I don't really fuck with you. He got no man though. With the ear, I started looking at the piercing in the nose and all that. So I had to bring dude down. 'Cause I got toxic masculinity. So he not high like that as no man. But as a rapper, but then the raps don't match the picture in the tub. So like this dude in the tub, naked with the jewelry, ain't the same dude rapping, is it? You know what I'm saying? This ain't thug like this, you know, LGBTQ in the tub like. I'm just saying. So that picture right there, I didn't see that picture till years after he was gone. And I was on Google one day and I seen the picture. And I said, what the hell is this? When did they take this picture? What is this? So then I was like, okay, all right. You a rapper though. You can rap, but then even your raps, I don't remember you rapping. I be naked in the tub like a bitch. I didn't see that part. He never, I'm just saying, he never rapped that part. He should have rapped that part so I could have known. You know what I'm saying? He didn't rap that part. I would have known. I would be like, okay, dude, but he didn't rap that part. He left that part out the raps. So, it's like, I ain't too big. I got toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? I got the toxic masculinity. So, you's a rapper. Okay, cool. All right, boom. I gotta watch rappers. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta watch rappers. I think my favorite rappers is 50 Cent and then Jada Kiss. I like 50. He always keep it masculine. You know what I'm saying? Then he got the business. You know what I'm saying? I like the way he deal with the haters. I don't know what's wrong with his oldest son, baby mama. Why don't you send that boy with his daddy so he can get a bag with his daddy? What the hell going on with that? Like that's whack. Like that boy need to be with his daddy, get a bag. Hey man, all forgiven. Like your daddy getting money. Why your mama, you know, his oldest son mama is a lame. Cause if that's my son and his daddy out there getting it like that, I'm sending my son to his daddy. I'm not gonna make my son hate on his daddy when his daddy was still little. Cause his daddy, when she was with 50, 50 was a baby. Like he wasn't grown. So what you like? What she a lame? This 50 ain't that 50 that you was with when he was just fresh from being a teenager. Make it make some sense. So you ain't gonna send your son over there to help his daddy with that inheritance and shit. You gonna raise your son to be a little bitch? She bogus for that. She bogus. That boy's supposed to be able to with his daddy learning business and getting business, getting a part of that inheritance. You steal the firstborn. Go get your inheritance. You up there listen to your stupid ass mama. Damn mama's boy. 50 oldest son, he's got to stop acting like a B word. Boy, if that was me, I would have been left my mom and been over there with my daddy. My daddy getting money like that. I'm like, listen, mommy, that was between you and daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. I got toxic masculinity. She gonna be mad, but I send her 100,000. I send her 500,000. She'll forgive me. Well, I'm finna go over and get this money from my daddy. Mommy, you crazy. That boy's still up on his list to his mommy. And you 50 Cent son. You never gonna be her son in the public. He ain't gonna never be her son. What's her name? Exactly. We don't even know her name. Boy, you 50 Cent son. You need to go over there and get that money and save the drama for your mama. Yeah, 50 Cent son need to save the drama for his mom. Man up, take them panties off his mom been putting them on. Put some men panties on, go over there with your daddy and get the bag. With his weird ass. I hope I run into him. I'm gonna tell her, boy, why you ain't with your I'm telling right to his face. Boy, you need to go with your daddy. Stop running behind your mommy. Call your daddy. Tell your dad, I'm sorry. All bad. I was just young. You know, I ain't know no better. Boom. It's all good. I need to come over here and learn how to get this money with you, daddy, and sustain the family money like a G. Go see your daddy, boy. The hell wrong with you? Your mommy, she sucks, okay? Your mommy ain't shit, boy. Go over there with your daddy. I had the greatest mother in the world, but I wouldn't have choose her over my daddy. And mommy did everything. Daddy didn't do everything. Mommy did everything. Mommy took care of me and my sister. It was always mommy, mommy, mommy. As a grown ass man, and I had to pick, well, I'm not going with her. My sister could go. My sister need to go with my mama, and I need to go with daddy. I remember we was little, and they had this bad argument, and that's interesting because they never had nothing like that again. And we was little. We probably was 6, 7, something like that. And I don't even remember what happened because we was too little. But they never did that again, which is real interesting. They never had no argument like that. And I remember my mother was like talking like leaving, and I never heard that again since. I remember telling my sister, I'm staying with dad. I'm going with daddy. My sister's like, I'm gonna stay with mommy. I still remember that. If I wasn't one boy, if he would have left me with my mama, I'd have been mad as hell. I don't want to be with her. I love her. She the one do everything, but that's daddy. I'm a boy. I ain't no damn girl. I don't want to be with mama. Ain't no way I want to be with my mama. Get the hell out of here. How a boy want to be with his mommy? What? These new dudes probably, y'all probably want to be with y'all mommy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody powder your booty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's wrong with 50 Son. He's slow as hell. I need to make a video. A lot of videos I be wanting to make, but I want to make a video. 50 Son or Lane, he need to go home with his dad. He need to go with his daddy. I should make a video. It would be a big good business move. If Fifth like it, it might give me some likes. It would be a good move. 50 would like it. Because mom ain't got no money. So yeah. I might make that video. I've been thinking about it. Because it's getting on my nerves. I'm watching Jimmy Henchman and his son and that whole thing. And then the other boy's son, Supreme's son. I'm watching all that. That's weird. Jimmy Henchman's son, he ain't doing nothing. He just got a record label with Ice Spice. He doing something with Ice Spice. He trying to get some money. I've been watching Jimmy Henchman all on YouTube lying. Bro, stop lying. You's a snitch. Why is he lying? Bro, you told on everybody and they just didn't accept it. He went and told on everybody and they said, okay, thank you, but no. Boy, Jimmy Hinchman went to Jimmy Hinchman went to jail and told on everybody, right? Trying to get them to cut him a deal. They said, thank you for that information, but go back to prison. And then they went and they took the information and busted people and sent people over the information, didn't give him no credit. Played him like boo-boo. He all over the internet. Shut your ass up. They played him. Man, he ratted and didn't even get no cheese. How you gonna rat and don't get no cheese? But he one of the only rats that didn't get no cheese. You just ratted for free. They played him bogus. He told everything. And they said, well, thank you for this information. Now go back to prison. What a loser. What the hell? I don't care nothing about him anyway. I was in the music business, so he would have been a target with me anyway. Because when I came into business, that's what it was on. It was on that type of stuff. So I was already on wish a nigga would shit anyway. The music business is hard because you got the radio station, you got the other major record labels, you got the artists, and then you got the artists and their relatives and their girlfriends and distractions. And if the artist is young, they don't know how to fight them distractions and go get the money. They can't see the money. A lot of young people can't see the money. If you're older, you see the money, but they don't see it until they get it in their hand. But you could see the path to the money. A lot of young people, they own the path to the money, but because they don't get the money, they get off the path and then they never get it. Because you got to know when you're on the path to the money, that don't mean you got it, but you're on the path to it. You got to be able to recognize when you're on the path to the money. If you don't, you're going to start slowing up on your work and you're going to go this way. But if you realize you're on the path to the money, you're going to turn it up. Young people in the music business don't understand that. You got to turn it up when you're on the path to the money. I like what Big Daddy Kane doing. He calling out rappers. You got 48 hours to give me a verse, and they give. I like that. He helping people show their skills. The fastest one was Jada. Jada had the verse before Daddy Kane. As soon as he posted it, Jada had a verse. I said, hell no, Jada Kiss 50 is my favorite as far as business and everything. But I think my favorite rapper, I think is Jada Kiss. I think Jada is gonna be my favorite rapper as far as rap. Seriously. I think Jada Kiss is my favorite rapper. I think he the best. I don't think nobody can touch Jada. They got some dude calling him out for a battle. Dude, I want to listen to dude's raps. Dude, you can't go with no Jada Kiss. Sit your goofy ass down. Jada Kiss just couldn't make no good songs. So that's why I never checked for him. Now maybe that was it. Well, I understand because back then you just have to try to make a song to fit BT and all that. So I get it. He was trying to make a TV and a radio song. So I get it. And then they wanted it only a certain way. If he could have made it any kind of way, he could have got on that way. But back then they wouldn't have took a song from Jada Kiss, just a hard song like that. I think he should have went the Ludacris route with like just bars and a good like upbeat hook. He shouldn't have tried to go smooth and play it. He should have just went bars like what Luda did. That's how Luda did it. Luda just went rapping and with wild videos and stuff. I think Jada Kiss could have went that way. He could have been the smooth dude with the wild videos and spitting. That would have did good. But I understand what he went through because what the record labels wanted, they wouldn't allow him to deliver what he needed to deliver. Back then, they want you to deliver what they want. And you got this A&R, and he tell you, make it like this, make the song like that. And then you make it and it don't go nowhere. Then he just go work with somebody else and leave you out there hanging. A lot of artists got lost listening to the A&Rs. I think the only person that really could have produced the locks and Jada Kiss is Diddy. I think Diddy the only one. Because I think Diddy is like the best one ever when they count to that. Ain't nobody. Diddy and then Jermaine Dupri. But Diddy is the only one that could have took him to the moon. Because Diddy was off the chain. He the best. Like he the best producer in the game. Those radio friendly songs was horrible. We Gonna Make It was all right, but Knock Yourself Out, that's where yeah, knock your stupid ass up out. Why'd you put that song out? So he was shooting too many blanks. He was shooting too many blanks. They didn't know how to market them. They didn't know how to market them. Diddy knew how to market him. That's who's going to market him. Look what Diddy knew how to market him. Look what Diddy did with Biggie. Yeah, he would have took Jadakiss to the goddamn moon. He would have put Jadakiss in Junior Mafia. He would have went to the damn moon. Hell yeah. Cause he could rap. And when you could rap, you could rap. So now all you gotta do is rap. And why Diddy's a genius is Diddy know you could rap. So what Diddy do is he go put the music together, right? And he know dude can rap his ass off. So what Diddy's a genius, he put the music together. He know you could rap. If he put the music together right that fits the way you rap, you're gonna kill it. Cause remember Biggie was party and bullshit, and Diddy like, no. Diddy took him, you can rap. So whatever I put you on, you gonna kill it. But I gotta put you on a record that fit the way you look, your rap style and stuff like that. So Diddy would have known, looked at Jadakiss. He's the best at that ever. He would have looked at Jadakiss. He would have looked at how Jadakiss rap. He would have made a song that don't fit the way Jada look or rap, but he know Jada gonna kill it. Then he would have put Jada on a song that Jada never would have got on. But because Jada could rap, he would have killed it. Hit record. Because that's what he did with Biggie. Biggie didn't want to do them songs. Biggie didn't want to do them songs. I love it when you call me Big Papa and stuff. Biggie didn't want to do those. But once he did one or two, he like, oh my God. Boom. He's seen, because Diddy was like, I just need you to rap. Don't worry about the song. You can rap. All right? So don't worry about the song. Let me put the song together. Now get your ass on there and rap. That's how you got to do Jada, Biggie. Diddy could have blew him through the roof. He should have stayed. The Lock should have stayed over there with Bad Boy. They should have stayed with Bad Boy. And that was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. They should have stayed with Bad. Ain't nobody fucking with Diddy with the production. That's the top production right there. The top, Diddy, DJ Quick, and Daz is the top. That's the top. Daz could have did it. Daz don't get his prop. Daz is the monster. Daz, those three there, and of course Jermaine Dupri. I can't leave Jermaine out. That's the cream of the crop. Jermaine Dupri, Daz Dillinger, DJ Quick, and Diddy. And then the rest of them, put them wherever you want to put them. But them four right there, a lot of people don't know. A lot of them vocals on them songs, that's Daz with a different voice and all that. Daz is really it. Daz is really that dude. Daz just got that ear, man. The worst thing Snoop did was leave Daz. Once he left Daz and went to No Limit, Snoop ain't been shit since. Dr. Dre wasn't doing all that producing. Dr. Dre is what you call an executive producer, not a producer. But Dre's like an executive producer. Diddy's like an executive producer. So I got to put Dre in there too. But the reason I don't like to put Dre take too long. Dre lazy. Dre take forever, man. Nobody wait forever for you because you Dr. Dre. That's always been a problem with Dre. Look at somebody like Dr. Dre and look at his catalog. It's small as hell, ain't it? Ain't Dr. Dre supposed to have way more records than that? Keep it real. Dr. Dre lazy. Taking forever. Dr. Dre supposed to have way more records than what he got. He lazy and he take forever. He had Rakim over there. Rakim left. Rakim got tired of waiting on him. Bro, nobody got all day waiting on you like that, Dre. He had Busta Rhymes. He had a lot of people went over there and left. Never got nothing done with Dre. Because Daz and Hurt 'Em Bad was the ones over there making it pop. Shout out to my boy Hurt 'Em Bad. Hurt 'Em Bad was the one over there. And Daz, they was the ones making it pop. Especially Daz. Hurt 'Em wasn't over there long enough, but he started making noise as soon as he got there. Daz be dissing Hurt 'Em, but Hurt 'Em was his competition. But the difference between the reason Daz is better than Hurt 'Em, because Hurt 'Em make the beats and shit. But Daz put the whole thing, what you should say, the skits, the harmony, what kind of vocals and all that. Who could the Locks could have went to immediately after leaving Pop? Because due to circumstances, it seemed reasonable to leave Crazy as we found out he was. No, that's not true because Puff wasn't doing none of that stuff back then. Puff wasn't tripping like that. That Puff changed. Diddy wasn't crazy like what we see. Diddy started changing. Diddy used to didn't smoke, drink, or nothing. But Diddy is the only one that could have produced them right. Because they got to be somebody from New York. Like it's got to be somebody know the New York lingo, the New York everything. And to me, Diddy is the best producer ever in rap when it comes to putting you on a beat that nobody will put you on. They can't take that away from dude. When it comes to putting you on the beat that would nobody else put you on, Diddy is number one. Diddy will put your ass on a beat. Nobody else would have put Biggie on them beats. Nobody but Diddy. Nobody would have put Biggie on them beats. Nobody. Diddy the only one would put him on them beats. If you know the history, Biggie was like, what you doing? Biggie didn't want to get on them beats. He like, what? Puff like, just rap, bro. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? He the only one. Back then, and nobody could have did nothing with no grimy New York rappers but a dude from New York that knew how to take the grime out. Nobody else would have known what to do with them. All three of them would have been superstars if they would have stayed with Diddy. The problem is people was young and they wouldn't listen. And people like Diddy and producers and executive producers like that caught hell because the artist was stupid, wouldn't listen, wouldn't follow directions or nothing. We'll go get in all kind of stupid ass trouble. But I don't believe there's nobody could have did nothing with him. But Diddy, not a lot. Swiss Beats did something with him. I give him to Swiss Beats. But Swiss Beats not gonna be long term because he was making that hardcore shit, which ain't gonna go but so far. If you ain't got no records for the ladies, you ain't going to the next level. So I would have picked Diddy over Swiss Beats all the time because Diddy was different. Diddy had an ear on him, man. Go listen to Biggie and tell me Diddy don't got an ear out of this goddamn world. Who would have put Biggie on all of them, on any of them songs? Who would have put Biggie on that Isley Brothers beat? Nobody. Nobody would have did it. Nobody would have had it mixed like that. Nobody would have produced that Isley Brother tune like that for Biggie like that. Not that I know of. I don't know. I don't think nobody could have did nothing with Biggie. That's why Biggie's music is phenomenal because you witnesses somebody putting somebody on the track that they nobody would have put him on none of them tracks. You would have had to been there back then. Back then, I was in the music. I was in the music. I was back there. Like nobody would thought like that. And then nobody had the connections either, because Puff was connected with the Quincy Jones on, so he could get the samples clear. A upcoming producer like me, we can't get that sample. That's another thing. Diddy the only one that could get the song, get the sample cleared. Who else could get the sample cleared? Nobody but Diddy and Suge and maybe Drake. Like they the only three I know, and maybe Jermaine Dupri. Them be the only four I know that could clear those samples. Back then, as far as rap, who could clear the samples? And then that situation with Diddy, man, a whole lot of people was doing that shit. If y'all believe Diddy was the only one, and y'all don't believe Clive Davis, all them people was doing that, who taught him that? What happened to Whitney Houston? Because she was in the same hotel Clive Davis was having a party. And when she passed away, Clive Davis kept the party going. Who taught Diddy this shit? I already know what happened to Diddy. Diddy was working long hours on that coffee, and the coffee stopped working. And he started using substances to stay up to produce. You understand? And not only did he produce radio hooks, Diddy had the ear to take a rapper over here and put him on a song over there. That take talent, man. That take talent. That take listen, trust me, I'm a producer. I'm executive producer. We know who's better than us. I can't fuck with Diddy. Diddy is crazy. He could see something. Who you think was telling Biggie how to deliver them songs? Who you think was saying, no, say it like this? What Dr. Dre say? He had Snoop. Snoop came in there rapping. What Dre stopped the session, didn't he say, no, don't say it like that? And what Dre tell him? Dre said, say it like this. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. That's what a Dr. Dre, a Diddy, a Jermaine Dupri, that's the level they at. They can hear shit that a lot of people can't hear. Without Dr. Dre, Snoop would have flopped. It wouldn't have sounded right. If Snoop would have rapped the way Snoop wanted to rap, it wouldn't have went nowhere. He rapped the way Dr. Dre told him to rap, and Dr. Dre put him on that beat. Dun, 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 dun. That's I wanna do something freaky to you. Which I told my friends this would be a cold beat for a rap song. And it was like a year or two later, my phone rang and my boy like, Stu, man, turn on, I think he said Rap City or MTV, Yo MTV Rap. And I turned it on And I seen, he said, man, you said that beat was like that years ago. I had been told people that beat. I got that album. That's that I wanna do something freaky to you, baby. That's that. I got that record, and they come in. That's where that come from. You can make two beats out of there because there's another beat at the beginning, and then the second part is what Dre used. But that first part is what I had told everybody. There's a beat before a change. Everybody could have did nothing with him but Puff. Not like that. Now I think, yeah, I don't know. Not like that. I think it's easier for Tupac because Tupac is almost like an instrument itself, and he could just make the beat go crazy. But Dr. Dre and them did a good job, and Daz and them, they did a real good job with Tupac putting him on the right beats too. Dun, 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 dun. That California. See, Dr. Dre and them and that team over there, they put Tupac on the right beats. You gotta have somebody put you on the right stuff and then let you do your thing. Cause you gonna do your thing based on the beat. And the beat is gonna what make you rap. But as far as taking somebody like a Biggie, man, that's like one of the greatest uh, for me, that's the greatest production in rap to me. As a musician, as an executive producer and a producer myself, to me the greatest production in rap music is Biggie Smalls. What he did was Biggie Smalls. It was crazy. He did the same thing with Craig Mack. Nobody would have been able to do nothing with Craig Mack. Diddy is the man when it's like taking talent and changing it, getting the most out the talent. He number one to me. Diddy number one as far as getting the best out the talent, making the talent do something that the talent never would have thought of. Like none of them would have never thought to do that. Diddy got that ear, boy. Diddy got the best ear in rap. His rap to me. Diddy got the best ear in rap music. Yeah, he got the best ear. Anytime you could hear something, and then before anybody could hear it, you cold as hell. He just told Biggie, just trust me, trust me. Biggie was complaining. Look it up. Biggie was complaining. Did he like, man, just do the song? When the song was done, Biggie was like, oh shit. Go look up the history. Biggie didn't know what the hell he was trying to get him to do. Biggie like, Puff, what is this? Like, dude, trust me. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Go look up the history. Biggie didn't want to do some of them songs. He didn't know what that was. That's why the second album would have been better, was better, and the third album would have been better because now you see, oh, he wasn't no player, Big Papa player. He was party and bullshit. He was a dude on the corner where they shooting dice, drinking a 40. Pump the one credit that player. Biggie would have never been no player. Yeah, Pump to me, one of the coolest producers ever, ever, ever. Because when you produce an R&B, they can sing already. So how much that take? But to take a grimy rapper like that, and turned him into Big Papa. Man, shit. With them beats, who would have put Biggie on them beats? What Puff? Nobody. Nobody would have put him on there like that. I can't take it. I can't take nothing away from Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I hope he get out, man, and get into the music 100%. That's what I hope he do. I hope he get out, put all that behind him, and get into music 100%. Cause like I ain't gonna judge nobody like that. Cause different things people be doing stuff, especially when they got substance abuse. So like substance abuse, that's like hating on somebody that's got mental illness. We know that man was out of his mind. So how we gonna hate on him when he was crazy? That don't mean he crazy. Anytime it's substance abuse involved, you're not crazy. You just acting crazy because you got addiction problem. Diddy got addiction problem. I ain't gonna hold that against him like that. I hope he get out and get back to the top of the game with the music. The music talking bullshit. What? I hope he get out and jump on his music. Same for R. Kelly. I hope R. Kelly come out. He another one. But he the singer and he produced the way he sing. Can't nobody do that like Kells. It's phony for these people to be Christians to my God gonna forgive them, but then they don't forgive nobody. That shit crazy. America a Christian country, always talking about forgiveness, 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 but then you hold shit against people forever. I don't want nobody to hold stuff against me forever. I did all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? What if they held everything against me I ever did? Come on, man. I had a crack house. What they got to do with today? So that's just my life now. Or what about when I was super righteous? That's not my life now. What about when I was a kid? That's not my life now. Like I've had how many different lives? I've been different people. How many times my life changed where I became somebody different? I used to eat bacon and eggs. That's my life now. See what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I hope he get out and do well. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hold nothing against him. These people I didn't like. I didn't like Diddy because I was younger and I was on the West Coast. I was like, it's Tupac and fuck Bad Boy, right? So I was on that type of time. But as time went on, I let that go. Time went on. I said, okay, no need of me. You know what I'm saying? Just still sticking with that. That happened. Let it go. Because we Chicago, we was on Park side. We weren't messing with Biggie. We was on Park side in Chicago. When Biggie did that show with Growth and Development and came out the back, they put red lasers on them. You used to have a little thing on your key ring. All of them probably wasn't red lasers. Some of them really might have been them things. He had to run back to the back. I hate I brought that up because I don't got my Larry Hoover shirt. I don't know what happened to my sweater. That thing gonna be worth a lot of money. It had the metal on it with his hands in the bars and stuff. Yeah, I hope Diddy get out and change and make some good music. Cause I stopped liking him when he made the kids go get the cheesecake. Right then, that was the beginning of the fall. I was like, this dude bogus right here. Why you do them kids like that? You know what I'm saying? So from that point, I really didn't like dude. I was like, this dude a demon. But I don't think they're going to be able to help the music industry if they don't bring back records. If they don't bring back 45s and albums, they ain't going to be able to save the music industry. These people going to keep exploiting it. Digital is too much exploitation. Anybody can just get your song digitally and you don't even get paid. They can just go make an MP3 file and send it to everybody. And that took a lot of money out of people. That's back Napster. Napster started that shit. Napster started that digital music stealing. I remember when it happened. Put a whole bunch of people out of business. But if you don't forgive, you can't be forgiven. So I ain't gonna hold this shit against no brothers or nothing like that. I hope Diddy get out. I hope she'll get out. I hope if they ain't really unalive nobody straight out, I hope they get out. Now, if you unalive somebody, I can't say I hope you get out because they family ain't gonna never see their loved ones ever again. So that is what it is. But other than that, these other crimes they got, and then Suge's situation was an accident. So he never even should have went to prison for that. He didn't intentionally run over that dude. And dude was up and on him when he came out. You could see the dude was coming out, running up to the car with the thing. They buried that. Like dude was running up on him with a pistol. You could see it in the video. And the dude that was running up with a pistol is a known problem that was involved with the Hollywood situation and all that. That was a situation where the higher ups had money to put that hit on Suge, and so they had some backing. Yeah, he got railroaded, but he was beefing with the wrong side. You know what I'm saying? He beefing with the wrong side. He was beefing with the wrong people. That go all the way up to the top out there. See, Suge was doing a bunch of bogus, negative. Suge turned into a fool. So that's why he got what he deserved, though, because Suge turned into a fool. Suge was telling Puff to be a serious businessman, but Suge was out on the West Coast acting like a straight goddamn idiot. Goddamn young boys out there doing all kind of fuck shit. And he just took his power. He was just like a big old fool. People getting all beat up and all this. And, he wasn't focusing on business. He was out there. And then you a football player on the block. Now all of a sudden you a blood. Bro, you had never was no blood. That kind of stuff. Suge started acting like a bozo. Suge wasn't no street dude. Suge played football. His mom and them wouldn't even let him come out from in front of the house. So now all of a sudden you this big time gang member for money? On some bozo shit? Instead of just staying professional? He ran over there and kicked the dude too. He was supposed to run over there and grab Tupac. Bro, you put up $1 million to get Tupac out of jail in New York State and let him commit a crime. They was going to violate Tupac anyway. Tupac was going to go to prison. Suge's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to tell him, no, come back, leave that boy alone. He was supposed to go, run over there, make sure they don't hurt that boy, get that boy some money, tell him, man, my bad, and that would have just went away. Nah, he's like a big ass, stupid ass kid, got the cigar, but he look like a big ass goofy. Sugar goofy. I hope he get out though and change his ways too. Bro, tell me you wasn't out there doing that when you was running that kind of money record label and stuff and you out here. You know what I'm saying? He got railroaded, but a lot of times when you're a fool, then bad things happen to you too. A lot of times, like you bring that on yourself. Suge got railroaded, but Suge brought that on himself. Bro, why is you riding around bullying people doing that kind of stuff? You already then practically lost your label and everything. You still outside on that dumbass shit? Lost everything because he was a clown. So he really still bought it on himself. He got railroaded, but he the one got on the train tracks. If we stay off the train tracks, you can't get railroaded. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, so look, it's morning now. Ain't no sisters do no nocturnal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go to sleep, Pharaoh, which I'm not finna do. It's Nocturnal Insomniacs, you know what it is. Boom, Pharaoh said that, so you know how we get down. We'll be here a lot of boring nights where you can't sleep. We'll be here. Straight up. Victory.